In the grim darkness
Oh,
of
fuck.
the far future, there is
No.
only war.
God, I hate you. I hate you so much.
What's up, guys? Talking about Warhammer
Oh.
40K today. What's going on?
We're talking about the history of 40K.
Talking Warhammer 40K, baby. These are Blood Angels. That's actually the guy that's in the background of Jake with the Turkish guy from the Olympics, but this is a Blood Angel.
That's a Blood
Um,
Angel. Yeah, I got the Turkish guy because I thought he's cool.
yeah, he is cool. Okay, so for we figured if we're a history podcast, we can also talk the history of uh bullshit tabletop games and fake history. No one said it had to be our history, so oh no. Jake, I'm having the problem. The CIA is hacking my screen.
Why can't you ever fix your setup? Why are you so
Ah,
bad at this?
there we go.
Okay.
Um, so we're gonna talk Warhammer 40K. Um, Jake doesn't know much about it, correct, Jake?
Like just from like nerd social osmosis, like that's all I know. I haven't actually like looked into it really.
Okay.
I it's I hate the big armor. I think it looks so fucking
No, it
dumb.
looks cool and you're a bitch.
No, it looks so dumb. It looks so
No, it
dumb.
doesn't. Look at in my background. Look at the blue guy in my background. Look at
Like
the
he looks like a
Ultramarine.
fucking moron. It looks like a child's toy.
You're.
It looks like Buzz Lightyear.
We'll stop this podcast right now.
Quick, what is that? 3 minute 3 minute podcast.
uh, so I figure I will talk for 40K since like I have the most knowledge. Now, granted, I've only ever watched lore videos, read a couple books, painted a couple minis, and have played like 3 games. So, we're gonna offend serious Warhammer nerds. They're gonna be like mad if they listen to this. We're gonna get death threats.
Or there's gonna only be three
Yes.
actual Warhammer people that watch this.
I'm gonna post this on the Warhammer Reddit, and then literally people just shit on me for.
Oh, that's actually a good
for
idea.
I'm
That
telling you, this is what I'm gonna do.
we
Um, all right, let's get started. So, I have notes, so if I'm looking down, that's why. So, what is Warhammer 40K to the people who have never heard of it? So, Warhammer 40K actually origins is in a tabletop game. So you think Dungeons and Dragons, you think give me another one, Jake. That's the only other one.
Monopoly.
Monopoly. That's a fucking horrible fucking.
It's a tabletop game.
It is a
It's
tabletop
not
game,
a
but
I feel like it doesn't even like what's it called doesn't even count. D&D. It's not a role playing game.
yeah, you're
Like
right.
Warhammer, I can't think of a single other like it's like Risk.
Maybe. I mean, okay, whatever.
I'm talking
They
about the
kind of
ones like
okay.
games
It's
that
hard to
people would
explain
know
because
about.
they kind of make the genre famous. So Warhammer 40K is it's a tabletop game created in the 80s, 1987 by a UK based company called Games Workshop. Um the idea of the game is that in the 41st millennium, so 40,000 AD, or I don't think they actually make that like known in the game, but 40,000 AD, 38,000 years in the future, um, a galaxy war that has gone on. It's in perpetuity. It has just gone on for the last 10,000 years. It's going on, and the Imperium of mankind, which is humanity, is like one of the underdogs in this war, and they're like in a decaying empire that spans the galaxy, ruled by a fascist dictating demigod named the Emperor of Mankind. Um,
He's a chair invalid.
yes.
He's a chair
Um,
vegetable.
yes.
He's like
Um,
Stephen Hawking, but like even worse.
yeah. You're fucking jumping ahead way too fucking much.
I'm giving what I know.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, shut up and wait your turn.
Okay,
You're
well, there's a
fucking
chairman who's
yeah.
worse than Stephen Hawking.
He's a chairman. He is worse than Stephen Hawking. He was in the Epstein files as well. Um, anyway, this hobby. If you haven't heard of it, or if you have heard it and don't know why it's popular, um, a lot of famous people play it. Most notably, the guy that played Superman, Henry Cavill. There's going to be a Amazon show, I think. I'm not
Really?
sure if it's Amazon or a different studio, but it's kind of everywhere. If you go on YouTube, you kind of like cannot miss
It's
this.
gonna be terrible if Amazon makes it. It's gonna be terrible if anyone but
No, they did
HBO
a good
makes
job
it.
with Fallout.
Huh?
They did a good job with Fallout.
Oh, yeah, that's true, they did do a good job with Fallout.
Um, so the tone of this, right? I started with in the grim darkness of the far future. There's only war. It's intentionally the most over the top, grim, dystopian future of all time. There is no like the main theme that if anyone you watch will talk about is that there's no good guys. The uh, demons that we'll get into, which is one of the main factions, the chaos gods and chaos demons. They are demons from hell, or in the universe called the
The
warp.
warp.
There are the warp, yeah. The warp, says Jake. Fucking thanks for your input, jackass.
I gotta give my input where I can.
Yeah, yeah. Um, there are orcs, so literally just think about dumb, stupid ass Shreks.
Aren't they just, like, the worst? Like,
They're like they're like lobotomized Shreks,
but
basically.
isn't there, like, they have technology, but it's just because they think that it works or something?
We will get to that, but yes, basically
Okay.
their entire premise is they think that their technology works, which automatically makes the technology work. So if you're flying a plane and they think it's the fastest plane alive, it will then eventually become the fastest plane alive. It's so stupid.
But it's, like,
Um,
held together by glue, right, in
yeah, like
actuality?
a stick will fire a bullet type shit.
Okay.
Um, there are the Tau. They're like basically
Are
alien
those the
communists.
elves?
Say that again?
Are those the elves?
No, no, no. Those are those
Eldar?
are say that again?
Eldar?
Yeah, the Eldar are literally elves.
Okay.
They are like sort of semi bad guys. They do a lot with the Imperium and kind of help them on occasion. There are the Necrons, which are basically robots that used to have souls and were once living beings, and in this calamity, they got their souls snatched from them, and now they live in these robot husks. There are plenty of other ones. There's also the Tyranids, which are like space bugs that have like a hive mind that are trying to kill everything in the universe. They're right now the most like, other than chaos, the most well established enemy like in 2026. Most games you will see and most stories the Tyranids are in there. So there are some other smaller factions and bad guys, but
Who's
those are
the
the main ones.
strongest bad guy faction?
Say that.
Who's the strongest faction?
The Tyranids are strongest solely from the fact that, like, as they consume biomass, they get bigger. So every world they consume means more biomass for their army. The Eldari are like the oldest faction. They've been around the longest and they're the smartest. They actually revived one of the main characters in the story, who we'll get to, named Robute Gilman, who Jake keeps calling Robert.
His name is Robert Gill. There's no reason for all these names. These names are
Yes.
like the worst names ever.
Yeah. Also, as we go through this, for like, you'll notice a common theme is there's a lot of like Roman nomenclature in the way that they speak and like the way that they call things. So Robute Gilman is like clearly a play on some dumb, language.
Robert
So
Gilman,
Robert
maybe.
Gilman, Robert Gilly.
Robert
Oh,
Gill.
Robert Gilly. He's an Irish guy. He's just a drunk Irish guy named Robert Gilly.
It's like French Robert Gills.
Yes. So we'll go through the history of the 40K universe because it does take place like in a alternate universe that Earth is involved in. Actually, the heart of the Imperium of Mankind, meaning their like main homeworld, is Earth. They call it Terra in 40K, but you go all the way back to like prehistoric times. So humans, between since humanity to year 15,000, so millennia 15K. Millennia, would it be 15,000 or 16,000 if it's a millennia? I guess it's 16,000, right?
What the
Because
hell are we talking about? What about
a
millennia?
millennium is always the year before, like we're in the 21st millennium. even though
Yeah.
we're in the year 2000.
No, we're in the we're in the third millennium.
Are we in the 21st? I'm a
We're in
fucking
the
idiot.
21st century. We're in the
21st
third
century.
millennium.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's what I meant. Are we
Yeah.
in the is it the year you're going to, the millennia you're
You
in?
just think about it as year 0
Yeah.
through year
Uh, 9 is
999
1.
was the
Okay.
first.
Okay, so that makes sense. So basically from prehistory to the year 15th. Come on, that confused you too. We just spent.
If
Don't
it's
call.
to the
You're
year
about to call me stupid. It
15,000,
was you
it's
too.
to the 16th millennia.
Correct. So 0 to 149999. Right, humanity is kind of evolving. It does take that long in the story, but they start developing interstellar travel. They start colonizing the wider galaxy. Psychers
They
start
can
to pop
control
up.
the warp. I know that.
Say that again.
They can control the warp,
They
or
can.
they
So
can.
psychers are essentially people who can tap into the warp, which is like, the
It's like the dimension where all the
yeah,
evil is
it's the
from, right? All
dimension
the
where
chaos
like
people.
chaos exists, and so they could kind of tap into. Um, I mean, chaos is like we're kind of dumbing it down, but it's kind of a version of hell. If you would like try to,
It's like purple hell.
yeah, it's purple hell. Honestly, that's a good way to put it.
All of the imagery of it is purple, I
Yeah,
think.
no, it's yellow, like smoky yellow clouds. You're right. There's some purple. I'm
I don't
wrong.
know who I'm thinking of, but
Yeah,
maybe one of them's purple.
who knows? Anyway, psychers are just a fancy way of saying humans with psychic abilities. They begin to emerge throughout the galaxy. They're like become a huge part of society in these times. Right, you have the warp, which Jake mentions. That's what actually allows humanity to travel between the galaxy. It provides faster than light travel. It's just because you travel through the warp does not mean you're going to encounter like chaos demons. It is just there that you will encounter them.
So these ships, are they actually going through the warp? Like they're going
So,
through that evil hell land?
yep. So they develop what they call as a warp drive, so it allows the ship to go into the warp, and then the psychers act as navigators. So they're using their psychic ability to navigate safely through the warp and avoid all that stuff.
Okay, shut up.
Shut up, rips a vape. You dumbass.
I need silence for my vape hit.
You're an idiot. Okay, so then 1501 to 24,999 24,999 is called the Dark Age of technology. They call it the Dark Age right from an in-universe thing, but that's actually when humans like golden age takes place. So they have spread across the galaxy at this point. Vast technological leaps. They have ChatGPT, OpenAI, Claude. They got Claude bots. They got it
But
all.
then the cybernetic war happens.
Yes, they have sentient AIs that they call the Men of Iron, which is cool, but you have to remember this came out in 1987, so this is like 1987 thoughts
Dude,
of like we'll call the AI the Men of Iron because they're going to be physical robots, which is like
the 80s and 90s like comic book and like nerd
yeah,
culture was just so edgy. It was just like what's the one guy's name? Corvus Bird.
Corvus Corax.
Yeah, worst name I've ever heard.
Yeah, we'll get to why that name is stupid in a little bit, but that's one of the characters. Also, like remember, this is at the height of like fantasy as well in the 1987. So like the bad guys in a space thing are elves and fucking ogres and robots. So they didn't really expand far out in terms of like what the bad guys are going to be. Um, so right, technology far surpasses everything, and everything is good, and all of a sudden everything starts to collapse. So in the 25th millennia, warp storms cut off interstellar travel. The AI revolts, and then humanity must turn them down, destroy them. Psychers start going insane. I think they literally, I swear to God, I think one, they're like demons, but I swear I think they explode. I can't
They
remember
just start
entirely. I think
exploding.
they literally explode with psychic power and like kill people.
Okay. And they
Um,
weren't doing that before this time?
no, because they weren't getting like they weren't channeling like demonic energy. They're just channeling like psychic warp energy. The warp
Okay.
in itself is not going to like is not
So
all
the
demon.
warp isn't necessarily evil, it's just evil things live there?
Yeah, evil resides within the warp. We're getting to the point where you and I can be wrong on a lot of this, and I'm talking out of my ass on a bunch of this. People will give us death threats if we get this wrong. So
Are they that serious, these guys?
yes, yes, we're gonna be called slurs that people have not uttered for generations. Um, um, so this is like when the
Can you
chaos
give me an
grows in power
example, actually?
of a slur.
Yeah.
You're the one who usually says them. Why don't you?
Hey, that's not true, you can't say that. You can't say that.
You
That's not
you yeah,
true.
you remind me of ones that I haven't heard in a long time. Would you just like to tell the listeners what you say?
I think we should move on from this
Okay.
topic.
Okay. All right, so the demons start coming out, so the chaos gods start to gain power. So we've mentioned them briefly, but there are actually I believe there are a bunch of chaos gods that do not, are not main gods of the setting, but the four gods are Korn, Zeech, Nurgle, and Slanesh. I'm not gonna lie, their names for like demonic gods are so sick.
They honestly,
The-
they're pretty cool. They
yeah,
are.
there are like a lot of the Imperium characters have really dumb names, but the non-Imperium characters, like the creativity it takes to come up with some of these are sick. Um,
Zeech, Slanesh, Corn, and what was
hmm
the other one?
Nurgle, Slanesh, Zeech, and Korn.
Okay. I like
Um,
Nurgle.
uh, yeah, Nurgle is the coolest. Well, you were
Isn't he
getting too
just a
far ahead. I want
massive,
to.
fat, disgusting booger man?
Yes, it's literally it's a boogerman. It's like one of the ghost from the green ghost from Ghostbusters is basically
He's the
Nurgle.
Mucinex monster.
Yeah, it's yes, he's the Mucinex monster. He looks like the Mucinex
He's
monster.
the Mucinex booger guy.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so at this point, right after the warp storms, chaos, the AI rebelling, um, all the worlds across the galaxy like lose contact with each other. Earth is like basically barbarians, like zombies, cannibals. It's just hell on Earth. And that happens for like 5,000 years. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the old man comes out. The emperor comes out and
No.
he takes control on Earth.
Wait, he wasn't in control before this?
No, so the emperor has been in hiding. The emperor is likely been alive for the entirety of human existence. They don't know, like, this character is like shrouded in mystery.
Uh,
There is no real backstory for the emperor. There's no name for the emperor given. Actually, every image that you see of the emperor that people have, that is just one of the emperor's forms. No one like truly knows what the emperor like actually looks like. He just takes the form of the cool, guy with
Chad
long
looking
black hair and gold
guy.
armor. Um, but he's a being of unfathomable
Hmm.
psychic power. He's clearly the most powerful psychic or psyker in the universe. Um, how he got his power is unknown,
Okay.
uh, and it's also unknown if he is just one person. And so, some of the theories suggest that he was like all the psychers on like the first psychers on Earth combined together and to one person and made him. Um, or he might be the first psyker, or he was just the most powerful psyker when they emerged. It could be any of that.
And he's
He is,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, he is Jesus Christ. I can't remember all this. I think he does play characters in history. I don't
Last
think he
time
was
we talked about
Jesus.
this, you argued with me and said he wasn't Jesus Christ.
He wasn't Jesus Christ, but he was characters in history. You're pissing me off with the Jesus Christ thing. He just wasn't Jesus. Uh,
I'm pretty sure he was Jesus Christ.
no, he
I
was not
remember
Jesus.
reading it on some forum
No,
sometime in
you
the
don't know
past
anything. You're
7
dumb
years.
and you're a fucking moron.
Alright, you're mean.
Anyway, he was alive literally for the 30,000 years that are leading up into everything that has happened, and that is when he emerges. So right after the age of strife. So
Mm.
after everything has fallen apart, the Emperor of Mankind emerges. Right, he's the most psychic, powerful human being on Earth, but really the galaxy. He reveals himself, and then he conquers Earth through what they call the Unification Wars. And this is kind of the proto Imperium, kind of beginning of the formation of what becomes the Imperium of Mankind. So he establishes it first on Earth. He actually wipes out all religion on Earth, and so we'll get to that. But he is a complete atheist, so he believes that the only way for humanity to be live forever and kind of get over their fears and not be corrupted by chaos is to believe that there is no such thing as gods. He wipes out Christianity, Judaism, all that stuff. He actually there is a book with him where he meets with one of the last um priests on Earth. I don't know if it's like expressly stated that it is a
Is
Christian
any
priest.
specific priest of any?
Yeah, I can't. It might be Christian, but he basically argues with him about why they can't be a
Isn't the argument something along the lines of like the chaos gods can use like religion to like
correct,
easily like manipulate people?
correct. Yeah, that is it.
Okay.
That is it. Um, and he creates before he creates the Space Marines, so the guys in our background, he creates what are called the Thunder Warriors, which is just kind of the
Never heard of
prototype.
this. I've never heard
Yeah,
of this
you didn't
nonsense.
know this. The Thunder Warriors, they are not
That's
as
a
cool
really
looking.
bad name.
The
It
Thunder
reminds me of the
Warriors,
Thundercats.
dude, horrible name, and they don't look as cool. I'm not gonna
What do
lie.
they look like?
Look them up. They're not as cool. We'll post in some pictures. They're
Thunder
just
Warriors.
they're not cool looking. They got stupid helmets.
Oh,
Um,
they're like,
they're pretty close to the Space Marines.
yeah, they look more like kind of Roman
Yes.
Greek
Yeah.
themed.
Soldiers with like armor.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he conquers Earth. He then
Are these guys like genetically engineered guys? Like the
they're literally the prototype
okay.
to Space Marines. So dude, fucking cameraman. The fucking psychers and chaos gods are fucking with my camera. Um,
It's probably the Emperor, dude,
yeah, it is. It's
in
one of
his
the
chair.
psychers. My psychic power is making it that I can't be seen on
He
camera. I'm
would
gonna explain.
100%. He probably was Epstein. When does the timeline diverge?
Right after Epstein.
Right after Epstein. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
when Epstein got arrested was when
yeah,
Warhammer universe started.
yeah. They in 1987 they said one day Epstein is gonna get caught, and when he gets caught is when the timeline splits.
Okay.
Um, uh, anyways, yeah, the Emperor was Epstein. I think that might be the title. um,
He would be Epstein. He would.
yeah, I mean, there's no good guys.
Yeah.
He would find a way to
I don't
claim that it
know
was
if
for
he
the
was
greater
into
good.
the children stuff, but
Yeah, I don't think the Emperor's like horny.
I don't yeah, he doesn't give me horny vibes.
No, dude.
He's too like driven. He's too driven and ambitious.
Yeah, he's trying to unite humanity, trying to save the fucking universe. There's not a lot of horny characters in this book, in these stories.
You know, I actually respect that. I
Yeah,
feel like there's like all this old shit is just like there's always some creepy random hero that's like, yeah, and then I also banged a 16-year-old princess for no reason.
yeah.
Like just cause like I'm just putting this in the comic. I'm
Well,
just putting this
the
in the book.
Space Marines are like they're asexual. They have no interest. Um, my fucking camera's gonna be blurry, dude. I'm gonna be pissed.
Do you need
Anyways,
an intermission?
no. Well, yeah.
We could just cut or edit Mark. Oh, Mark
And
cut.
hold on.
Add marker? Oh, I added a clip created from Mark. Oh, I don't know what the fuck I just did. Oh, you can clip specific stuff. I didn't know that. Maybe you should get rid of the background.
You think that's fucking it up? No, it was screwing up before. All right, hold on. I'm going to rejoin.
Nick's fat and stupid. God, I have brain AIDS, bro. Oh my god. Guys, wait. Hold on. You leave again. I have to show the audience.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks better. It's more stable now.
Okay,
Hold on.
good.
You leave again though.
No, you're putting a picture of me or something, my fucking fat body or something.
No, that's not what I'm doing. You're so self-conscious. This is Nick's this is you can't that's Nick's image. I don't know if we can actually add that because your last name's in that. I don't know if you give a shit. What? Oh, I fucked up my camera. Fuck me.
You're gonna have to join too.
Fucking fuck, man.
I like Warhammer. Warhammer is fun. I like Warhammer. I like it. I play the Red Space Marines named the Blood Angels. Their guy died. He was an angel and he got his head cut off. And Robert Gilman is cool, and so is Lion Johnson, and they have dumb names.
What are you doing? What were you saying?
You missed. I sung for a little bit. Now you're on the other side. God fucking damn it! It doesn't
I
matter.
can drag myself over. Just drag me over.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Sick. Okay, back to it. Where were we?
'Kay.
Okay. Anyway, yada yada yada. Emperor, he's a bitch. Thunder Warriors. They're the prototype to the Space Marines, and then my camera.
Yeah, dude, it's shit out again. It's when you looked down and away.
These cameras blow cheese.
I don't think we have the same camera. Does that work?
No.
And I also can't tell because it looks like extra shitty, like while we're recording.
No, I know, but oh, there we go.
Oh, okay, it's
Wait,
good.
what happened? Okay. Anyways, the Emperor of Mankind has the Thunder Warriors. The Thunder Warriors, they are actually genocided by the Space Marines that he
Course.
creates afterwards.
Why? For why?
He's got to get rid of them, dude. They're not good.
What do you mean?
They're
Like, were they doing anything wrong, or they
no,
just like they weren't
no.
up to snuff?
They just weren't up to stuff. They
They weren't up
genocide
to snuff.
every 10 minutes. The Imperium genocide someone. So after that, he has the Space Marines.
That's it. That's the Thunder Warriors. They weren't cool enough. Genocide. Space Marines.
Yes, Space Marines. Alongside the Space Marines, and actually at the same time, the Thunder Warriors were the Adeptus Custodes, which are the first word you will hear, but that's in like a cool Roman thing. But they're essentially the guards of the Emperor, and they are some of the most powerful characters in the setting. There are 1,000 or 10,000 of them. I don't know how many.
These are the Adeptus Custodes.
Yeah,
Who are they?
they're like not Space Marines. They're actually like even more genetically modified. They don't have the weird ship body shape that the Adeptus Custodians or that the Space Marines have. Um,
Okay. Well, I know
so
that there's some kind of seed thing. They get
gene seed,
seeded by the
yeah,
Emperor. The
gene
Emperor
seed,
puts his seed in them.
yeah. We're getting there. We are
Are the
getting there.
Primarchs not around yet?
Not yet. They're
Okay.
right here. Is where we start talking about the
Okay.
Primarchs.
Okay.
Okay, so the Primarchs. So we've mentioned the Emperor of Mankind, the Space Marines, and his guards, the Adeptus Custodes. There is one other um, group of super genetically powerful beings, and they are called the Primarchs. They are actually um, these genetically built men that are actually the
Yeah,
Empire
nice. Nice
Emperor's.
descriptor.
Yeah, they're the Emperor's sons, for a lack of a better word. They share his genes, and they all are like reflect like one trait from the Emperor. So they are essentially, even though he's atheist and we, it's an atheist society and they believe it, they are, sort of demigod sons of the Emperor. Um,
Are they all psychers or no?
nope, they're not all psychers. Um, so as just a quick like thing on the psychers, not every Space Marine is a psycher. Not every Primarch is a psycher. They Some of them are, and some of them are some of the most powerful ones in the setting, but you are not guaranteed to be a psyker if you're a Primarch. So we'll go through the 20 Space Marine legions. The first one, Legion 1, is the Dark Angel uh, or excuse me, faction. Yeah, Dark Angel Legion. They are the Space Marines that are green. We'll put a picture up. And their Primarch is Lion L. Johnson.
It's just fucking a horrible name. His
Yeah,
name is like that's just awful.
yeah.
Lion
He's
L.
not the
John, like,
worst.
is it L as in like the Spanish word the?
Yes. Yes.
He's
Lion the
Lion the
Johnson.
penis. He's
Yeah.
That's just a terrible fucking name. Why is he
Yeah.
named after a lion?
We'll get to that. Can you
Will
fucking
we get to
chill?
that? Will we get to that?
Yeah.
That's not how conversations go, Nick. You're supposed to answer the questions.
You're running too fast. You're asking too many questions. I just fucking introduced the guy.
Well, like maybe you should be dynamic. Maybe you should be more like dynamic with this.
Okay. The reason he's named the Lion is because all of the Primarchs, like, I'm getting to this and you're fucking getting in my way. The Primarchs are all like right at their birth. They're in these stasis pods and they're all jettisoned into the warp. Um, like the Emperor doesn't want this. It wasn't his idea. It wasn't his plan. This happens. Someone, sends all the baby boys into the warp, and all the 20 Primarchs are, um, like shot throughout the galaxy and all land on different homeworlds and become these like unique people that grow up away from the Emperor. Um, I'm going in order of their. I'm going to go in order of the Loyalist legions and the Traitor legions.
No, tell me the first Traitor Legion first.
Why?
Tell me the third
You're
Traitor Legion.
confusing me.
I
uh,
want to know. All right, start with the third Traitor Legion, and then you can start with your stupid order.
Shut up. Okay, I'm going in order of the way that I wrote these notes, and these are not in order of the way that the 20 in a row. Okay, the first legion is the Dark Angels, Lionel Johnson. He grows up on a world called Caliban, and this is a world where he has to constantly fight these giant beasts. And all the people that live on that planet have to fight these monsters and giant beasts, and that is where he gets the name Lion.
Ooh,
Um, they wear this cool green armor, but the lion is the like master of arms in the Imperium. He's like the most deadly fighter amongst all of them, like hand to hand and sword combat.
More
And
than
then
Wolfie McWolfface?
what?
There's like a wolf guy.
Shut up. We're gonna get to him. We're not hit. He's fine. We'll go to him. Space Wolves is the next Legion. This is not an order actually. So we're just gonna go with the ones that I have written down. Space Wolves. The Primarch is Lehman Russ, and again, actually, I really like. What the fuck is Lehman Russ? That is a weird name.
Lehman Russ, I actually don't hate. Lehman Russ, because that's like a name.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
guess.
not, like, too fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Like, it's like I could see myself meeting a Lehman Russ.
you would be if you met a Lehman Russ, you'd think he's the dumbest fucking person.
Well, he would be, but at least he's real. At least
Yeah,
he's
true.
not Lionel Johnson or Corvus Corvax.
Leave Corvus Corax alone. We're gonna get to him too. Okay. Homeworld is the homeworld of Fenris. Space Wolves is very on the nose. They are essentially fucking Vikings with a uh wolf theme, and they all are like part wolf. Swear to God, they're like basically part wolf. And they wear wolf armor and shit. Um, the the planet they all live on is a frozen world, and they have to fucking fight. You guessed it, wolves. But they also keep wolves as pets, and they help them. Um,
Okay,
um,
great.
in their gene seed, which is what Jake mentioned, gene seed being the um
The shit
genes
the
that
Emperor
come
gave them,
from
right?
the Primarch that make the Space Wolves unique to their chapter. And so it's like a certain thing that they get, all the Space Marines get from their Primarch that make them that Primarch's son.
Okay,
Son is like truly used as like they're like, yeah, my father is Lehman Russ. Like I carry his gene seed. They were not born from him. They're not his physical son. They are just implanted with his genes like when they're like in their teens, when they're going through initiation
okay.
into their space
Well, what
marine.
did they get? What cool
So
Emperor
they
trait?
get the Canis Helix gene and it makes them wolves. they get they get fangs and they turn into feral wolf werewolves
So
basically.
wait, the Emperor has wolf stuff then?
No. This is
Okay,
just
alright.
no. Okay, you have the Imperial Fists. Rogel Dorn is
What
their
is his name?
Primarch.
Rogel Horn?
Rogel Dorn.
Okay, that's a little better than Rogel
Yeah.
Horn
Again,
or Dorn.
they call him the Praetorian of Terror. Terra, Tera,
Terra, okay.
Terra, like the Praetorian of Earth. Um, his specialty is siege warfare, so he's defense. So he could build like insane structures that are like able to withstand like any single army. Um, he's basically this. He's Rogodorn. I swear to God, he's just autistic. He's like super blunt. He like does not have any emotions. He's like kind of a moron. He's like so loyal and like such like a like like you have to follow the rules that he's like literally autistic. Um,
Okay.
his armor is yellow. Oh, I didn't go over the Space Wolves armor, but they wear a cool gray armor.
Do they
Uh,
wear fur on their armor for no
yeah,
reason?
yeah, it's
Okay.
basically wolf gray, and then the Rogaldorn is yellow. Um, and he's Rogaldorn is like this cool, you know, fucking builder. You've got the Blood Angels. Where is my character? That little red guy that I showed in the beginning. Um, he comes from the Blood Angels. This is the Primarch Sanguinius. He's a literal angel. He has wings and he wears gold armors. He has blonde hair. He is one of the fucking guys from the last episode we did, Agartha. He is a angelic fucking what do you call it? What's the master race that Hitler loved? We had to talk about
Aryans.
it. Yeah.
Don't pretend like you don't know the master race that
I couldn't
Hitler loved.
remember. I couldn't remember. Hey, stop that. Um
He was
um
one of the Vril.
yeah. Um, but he's a literal angel. Their homeward is all Baal, like the
Okay.
fucking uh the
Is there
fucking
demon worship on this planet? Why did they call him
yes,
Baal? Oh, okay.
pretty much. It's kind of on the nose, but he's the it's like a demonic world that he saves. He's called the Blood Angel. The reason why is that one of their their gene seed, they have a curse called the Red Thirst, which makes them essentially become these berserk vampires.
Do they drink blood?
They literally kill everything in their path.
Good.
Um, it's called it's called
So they
the
didn't get a
Black
gift,
Rage.
they got a curse.
Yeah, not everyone gets everyone's their gifts are they're just the most like insane, like they're also like awesome combat. Uh,
Mm,
you know,
okay,
they have cool stuff, but they have the blood. It's called the Black Rage, and it makes them
okay.
yeah, go crazy, and the Red Thirst makes them hungry for blood. Um, Fun fact: the oldest living space marine in the current setting, so in the year 41,000 or 40,000, excuse me, um, is Commander Dante. He's the Grand Master. He's like 2,000 years old. I think he's 15,000 years old. Sorry, 1,500 years old. We'll get into it, but there are no people surviving. There's not many characters that survive from the 30th millennium when the Emperor takes over and creates the Imperium to now.
But there are
Um,
some.
there are some.
You forgot to mention that the emperor is like a precursor or whatever his stupid thing is. What is he? He's a perpetual.
Perpetual.
That's it. I knew
Yeah.
that.
He could live forever and he can't die, so he always reincarnates. I don't I guess they don't the Emperor would reincarnate, but he's not dead, so
Right.
he's
God,
not
I wanna ask
technically
a
dead.
question, but then you'll yell at me.
Hold it, write it down on a piece of
No,
paper
I'm
and
not
show that
writing
piece
it
of
down.
paper
I'm
into your
letting it
ass.
go.
Okay, you have Ferrus Manus he is the Primarch of the Iron Hands. Iron Hands is literally on the nose. They cut off their hands and they have robotic iron arms. Um,
I need
they're
to see what the people who wrote this look like.
We'll put pictures. He's cool. He's got black armor. The
No, no,
homeworld.
no. The writer of from Game Workshop.
Oh yeah, we have to. Their homeworld is called Medusa, but they believe in like robotic mechanical augmentation to their bodies, and so they have all these like mechanical parts on them. They have these cool like robotic arms that go over their armor. It's kind of sick. He's a master craftsman, and he could make like anything out of metal and any technology. Um, and then we have the salamanders. Uh, their Primarch is Vulcan, Lord of the Drakes. Their homeworld is Nocturne, and these are the only black guys in the setting. And the only reason that they are black is that they live, I swear to God, on a planet that doesn't have sunlight, and it makes them black.
That's the opposite of how that works.
Dude, I
No,
don't know
they're
what to
not
tell
even
you.
black people. They're they're night people.
And they made them black. It's 1987.
Okay. I don't
Um,
okay.
Specialty is flame weapons. They are actually like the. If we were to talk about any good guys in the entire settings, the salamanders are the only like true morally righteous space marines. They will protect innocent people.
The
They
whole
go out.
chapter is pretty cool.
Yeah, they go out of the way to make like save humanity. Um,
Are there
he,
some Space Marines in other chapters that are good guys? Or not
yeah,
really?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Not there's the traitor legions, which we get into, which betray the emperor, and then there are the loyal legions. And just because you are loyal does not mean you are moral. They genocide humanity all the time if they deem them to be like tyrannical or
Right.
heretical. Vulcan is by the largest Primarch, like physically the largest Primarch. He's giant, but he's a gentle giant, and he's a master blacksmith. He can make this. He makes sick weapons. Um, he also is a perpetual like his dad. He's the only one. Every time he dies, he reincarnates.
How did he become a perpetual, or that just happened?
They only find out when they die, so he
Oh, he
dies,
just
and
happened to be one.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah, you're born with that. You're
Okay.
born with
So
that.
it's
You
not
also,
like it
I
was
think,
given
perpetual
from the
means all.
Emperor.
Say that again.
It's not like it was given from the Emperor.
No, you
Uh,
were just born with it. It is incredibly rare, and it's like I think only perpetuals can pass down perpetuals. Does that make sense? Like, you're
Like you
not
have to
necessarily
be
guaranteed that you will get it, but it comes from, like, those lines. There are
gotcha.
other perpetuals in the story, and they're not all Space Marines or the Emperor. They're not like gods. Some of them are just like men. And then we have, the one that we all think is stupid, the Raven Guard, and their Primarch is Corvus Corax, and if you don't know what Corvus Corax translates to, Corvus is the word for raven, and Corax, I can't remember what language, is also the word for raven. So his name is Raven, Raven of the
Of
Raven
the
Guard.
Raven Guard.
Yes.
Why the
Uh,
fuck would they do that? That had to be a bit.
yeah, it's just right on the nose. I mean, again, it's like, whatever. He's actually also a pretty he is a pretty, he wears, like they're, the, like, goth chicks of the setting. They wear all black and eye makeup and shit, and they have all black armor, and they all have, like, long black hair and pale skin, but, they're actually, like, pretty good people. He liberated his home world from slavery, and he does care, like, about humanity, and, he remains um, a loyal Primarch.
Legion guy,
Then we have 2 more. We have the White Scarves, Jagatai Khan. Um, they are he's, Asian,
of
and they
course,
are the
with a
Asian
name like
chapter.
Chagatai
Yeah, they
Khan.
are the Asian chapter, and they're inspired by none other than the Mongols.
Wow, what a
Yeah.
surprise.
Yeah, they, have cool white and red armor. They are really, really fast on these, like, bikes, speeder
And
bikes,
is the entire chapter Asian for some reason?
with the word "Khan" in their name. Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
And
Um,
the funny thing is with all these, like
whatever the race of the Primarch is, what is, like, reflected in the chapter. So Leman Russ, all of them are Vikings with red hair.
oh,
Um,
is that like a like once they get shot up with the thing, it turns them to look like the or is it just a coincidence and nobody really talks about it, or
so, most of them, it's, like, from the planet their home world, and, like, you gotta think about, like, the home world doesn't really have, like, genetic diversity in the way that, like,
right.
it's, like, the same thing in, like, Star Wars and other media where, like, the people of that home world all look the same because it's, like, instead of, people being able to, like, have genetic diversity on the home world, it's, like,
It's just there's
it's
always some sort of
yeah, it's
ethnic
not, like,
cleansing.
it's not based off of where they live on the planet, just that they live on that planet.
Gotcha.
So that's kinda how it works. The non-specific ones, um, the Dark Angels, like, they don't all look alike, but whenever it's a race that's not white people,
So then are all of the blood angels or whatever, are they all blonde with blue eyes?
um, most of them, you are blondes and, or they have, like, white hair because 'cause they're, like, kind of vampiric a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, if you look up a picture of Dante, he's cool looking, but he basically looks like he's got long blonde hair, and he's pretty old, and then there's some, like, other characters that are famous called, like, Mephiston. He's, essentially like a vampire, basically. He came back from the Black Rage, and so he's the only Space Marine to come back, and so he has, like, white hair and, like, demonic eyes, but he's actually still a cool,
This
good
guy
guy.
looks so fucking evil. He's evil, right?
Yeah, and he's a good guy.
Oh, he's a good guy. Well,
Yep.
he's a good like, he's the least evil faction, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't even say they're the least evil faction. Anyway, this is gonna be a long episode. We're not even close.
Okay.
Um, okay, and then the next legion that doesn't betray the Emperor is none other than the essentially the um kind of poster boys for the game. If you've seen it before and not played, you've seen these blue guys.
The
The
Ultramarines,
Ultramarines, the blue ones, the guy in my background. Rabute Gilliman, Robert,
Robert
Robert
Gill.
Gilly, Robert Gill.
Isn't
He
that
is
isn't Robert Gill, isn't that fucking Better Call Saul?
I don't remember.
'Kay.
Fucking talking about Warhammer. I'm trying to keep all these names straight in my head, and you're adding another fucking show. Anyway, their homeworld is Macragge, and Robute Gilman's famous trait is he's like the best organizer. Like he's a true statesman. And so like that's what gives him his ability to basically like run the Imperium in the later stories. Um, he's a statesman, a Stridimer, administrator. He's not really a good fighter. He's arguably one of the shittier fighters amongst the Primarchs, but he's pretty much the smartest one of all of them. For on a kind of just smart, not like on his technology and shit, but just from his ability to lead and kind of run, a society. Like that is where he
Gotcha.
truly shines. So he took over the Macragge, and he actually, before his father finds him, he does have a small empire of his own um, that they call Ultramar, which is just kind of the planets that Roosevelt that he um, like ran in his system. Um, he is very pragmatic. And he is one of the only Primarchs that we still see in the setting.
Okay.
We're going to go to the Traitor Legions. You will notice by the time I finish this that though I said there are 20 Primarchs, I only will mention 18, and that is because there are two legions and Primarchs that we know nothing about. They were eradicated and genocided by the other Space Marine chapters, or they're just not around. There's actually like not a lot of information at all about them. The reason being, probably the writers couldn't figure out another two, or they just needed a reason what to make it an even 20. But there is no information. They are completely redacted.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go first. We'll go to the Emperor's Children. Their Primarch is Fulgrim. His nickname is the Phoenician, and they grew up on the homeworld of Chemos.
Let me guess.
He,
They're all Egyptian.
no, he's
Okay.
kind of another blind
They're what?
guy. He's another blonde guy.
Oh, okay.
Um, they their specialty is actually like sensory warfare and sonic weapons, pursuit of perfection. They're like all like it is reminded again and again how they're all the most handsome men in the universe. So handsome that it's hard to look at them.
The
uh,
Primarchs?
no, this one, Fulgrim in his chapter, The Emperor's
Oh,
Children.
I was
If
expecting that to be the Blood Angels.
no, no, they're like perfect looking, and they wear purple armor. He's the most beautiful Primarch, and he's vain. He's obsessive. He is the like he is like one of the first Primarchs to fall, and he serves the Chaos God. I kind of want to go into this a little more as we because we haven't talked about it. Kind of the heresy, Horus's heresy, but I'll mention it. But he will eventually serve the Chaos God Slanesh. You have
Slanesh is that the one that's the pleasure one?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
like all about excess pleasure. Um, Fulgrim becomes a snake. Okay, you
Okay.
have the Iron Warriors. Also, you'll notice that the Traitor Legions in most cases reflect one of the other legions. And so the Iron Warriors are like the Imperial Fists, where they're like great at siege warfare, fortification, and destruction.
Didn't
So
you
they're like,
mention something about Medusa earlier?
that's the name of the planet.
Of which planet?
Uh, Ferris Manus, the Iron Hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe the snake thing because, like, I thought it was
No, no, no.
a play
No,
on the Greek, like never mind.
no. The Iron Warriors are Perturabos or Primarch. They serve the Chaos. They don't serve the Chaos God, even though they are chaos. Chaos. They serve Chaos Undivided, and so they don't. They're not devoted to a god. They just use chaos.
And
Um,
why did all these people, like, trait like betray the emperor?
We will get there, but
I gotta
essentially
sequence though.
there's one of the Primarchs. Um, it's too far. You gotta let's wrap this up and we'll get there. That's literally
Okay.
what I'm going to talk
All
about
right. All
now.
right.
He sieged warfare, so he's like Rogodorn, where Rogodorn's defense, he does offense. And he's a genius architect, engineer, artist, yada yada yada. He builds really complex stuff.
Okay.
The Night Lords is the Primarch Conrad Curse, like a curse,
Good
literally.
name.
Homeward is Nostromo. And
Nostromo. It's like
again,
something I
Chaos
would make
God.
up.
They are chaos undivided.
Okay.
Terror tactics and psychological warfare is what they're famous for. He is completely schizophrenic. He's crazy. He's out of his mind, even before falling into chaos. He is just a fucking crazy person. He kills millions of people on his planet when he takes over. He flays his victims. He broadcasts their screams. He's a psycho. He kills people for the small crime and tortures them for the small crime of stealing bread for their family. He also knew that one day he was going to be killed um, by an imperial assassin, and he had prophetic visions that he would always be killed and betray the emperor. You have the World Eaters, Angron. He's called the Red Angel. He is from the homeworld Nuceria, I think is how you pronounce it. There is no specialty with these guys. They're just berserker Hulk morons. They run around with chain axes. And he also has what they call the nails in his head. They literally have these giant fucking nails put into his head, which made him go crazy. He did not take over his world as a Primarch, where all the other Primarchs became the leader of their homeworld. He was actually a slave and led a rebellion, but his father got in the way of it and kind of stopped it from happening. He was a gladiator. Yeah, the butcher's nails were hammered into his skull as a gladiator. He went crazy, and then he put all the butcher's nails into the Space Marines in his legion. He fucking stabbed them all in the head with a bunch of nails. It made them. He made them dumb. uh,
That's
uh,
good. um,
all right. Death Guard is the next one. This their Primarch is Mortarian, and they grew up on the planet Barbarous. Specialty is plague warfare, chemical weapons. So it's clear who they would likely their chaos god would be Nurgle. So decay,
I'm used to next
disease,
monster.
despair. Yeah. Yes. The Death Guard is, like I said, that's the name of his legion. They grew up on a world. Again, these are all on the nose of like who they become. A poison world. There's fucking world everywhere. They all have to wear these things on their face to stop them from
So they
getting.
poison people.
Yes, they're
Okay.
literally poison people.
All right.
Yeah, we won't go more into them
This
because
thing is pissing me. I'm getting rid of Turkish guy.
no,
Never mind, I can't get rid of him. Visual effect can't be changed while
yeah.
recording.
Thousand Suns is the next one. Magnus the Red. If anyone looks him up, he's literally a giant red guy. His homeworld is Prospero, and they are psychics. So the whole most I think all of the chapter. I might be wrong. They're almost all psychics.
Psychics or psychers? Or different?
They're psyker. It's the same thing. Psychers. They're all psychers. They
Okay.
all have psychic abilities. They're all like scholars and librarians, and like Magnus is obsessed with finding hidden knowledge. He has one eye, and he had to trade his eye for when he was dealing with the Chaos Gods. He knows of the Chaos Gods, by the way. He's the only one before betraying that knew of them. He also knew who his father's was. They've been able to talk since his birth, psychically, which is
Okay.
kind of cool. And he serves Zeech, which is the god of sorcery manipulation. You have Horus Luper. Well, actually, I kind of want to end with him, so I'll end with these other two real quick. So we have the World Bearers, which is Lorgar Aurelian. Literally, Marcus Aurelian is his last name is Aurelian. He is he serves chaos undivided. His specialty is religious warfare, demonic summoning, corruption. Yada. They're called the Word Bearers because he is the only Primarch to believe that his father is a god, and on every planet he goes to, he actually converts them into the religion of the Emperor.
But
And
isn't he against the emperor?
well, prior to being a
Oh,
good, he's
okay.
doing this, and he's actually the one that causes all the chaos. So he finds out about the chaos gods, and he's the first to go to the side of chaos. You have Alpha Legion. You laughed last time, but you have Alpharius Omegon.
God,
That is not one person's name. That's actually two people, Alpharius and Omegon. They're twin Primarchs, and only they know that they're twins, that there are two of them. Their whole thing is espionage, subterfuge, infiltration.
that's
They
not
have the
alpha at all.
Well, that's the name of the thing.
Well, it's a
Whatever.
stupid. It's
It is
not
stupid.
okay.
They can share their thoughts. Um, they are also the smallest, so they can actually pretend to be space marines, and like go into other chapters, and like they always are spying on the other chapters.
Wait, how
And
tall are these other guys?
they're huge.
Like how tall?
Look them up. If you think a space marine is stupid looking, look at how dumb a Primarch looks.
Who?
A Primarch, any of them. Um,
Primarch
they're
height
huge.
chart.
There's like
Oh my
five.
god, they're 20 feet tall.
Yeah,
Who's Magnus? Which one's Magnus again?
he's the red one.
Okay.
And then we'll go with the last one. He's the most important in all of this in terms of the heresy. Horus Lupercal. They were called, his legion was called the Sons of Horus. He was actually the leader of the Primarchs. He was called the War Master, so he led the Emperor's forces in reclaiming humanity's lost worlds. He will eventually betray the Emperor from a wound that he gets from his brother, uh, Lorgar, where he stabs him with a sword and manipulates him and makes him go crazy, and he becomes a chaos worshiper.
Wait, like he just goes crazy from the wound?
Yeah, it's a chaos blade. Anyway,
Oh.
so we will talk real quick about the Horus Heresy. So uh, it takes hundreds of years for the Emperor to find all of his lost sons. He finds all 18 of them.
You did this. You did air quotes when you mentioned that like he sent them like he didn't send them out.
Yeah, there's theories that he knew that that would happen, so he let it happen. He knew. I can't remember her name, but a woman who was also a perpetual sends the boys, the babies. I keep calling them boys. It's like stupid because they're basically monster demigods. These babies into the warp to get away from the Emperor, and there's theories that he allowed that to happen so that they would like all become who they became. Um,
Is he omniscient, the emperor?
Vaguely.
Okay. I don't know if there's such a thing as vague omniscience.
It's hard to say what his like where his abilities start and end.
Okay.
And he's essentially, we haven't really gotten to like his like final part, but he is essentially also a god, even though he's atheist and doesn't believe it. He is an essential, like, for lack of a better term, he's a god. But anyway, so he has these 20 sons that are spread throughout the warp. Two of them, we don't know what actually happens in their whole story, but these other 18 boys are babies. When he finds them, they're all men who lead their planets. But these Primarchs are found by him. Horus is the first one found, so he actually spends the most time with the Emperor. And then they find all the others, and then they continue to conquer the Imperium of Man. So they get over 1,000,000 worlds under their control where humans are on between the 18 Primarchs. The legions of Primarchs are actually not that big. There's only like 100,000 Space Marines in each legion, but you got to remember, like a Space Marine can like basically one shot armies of other factions.
Just
Um,
by going in there with their chainsaws and shit.
yep. But then they have a couple problems. So they have a thing called the Council of Nicaea, which is there's like a lot of problems with the Psychers, and the Emperor essentially outlaws doing Psyker shit because he's been working this whole time while the Primarchs have been out there capturing these worlds and conquering them. He's been working on a project called the Webway. The Webway is essentially a way to travel through space without having to use the warp.
Okay.
The Eldari, so the elves, they actually use this. This is how they travel through space. Uh, it bypasses the warp. And while this is going on, um, there's problems with psychers, and then also on top of that, you have Lorgar. His name is literally Lore, like if that makes sense to you. His name is Lore, Loregar. Like
Okay.
he's and
Lorgar.
yeah, and then the reason kind of on the nose is also because he
He's
spreads
a
the
lore master. Does he keep all the
yes,
information?
yeah, kind of, and he keeps converting every planet into religious fanatics for the emperor. The emperor gets word of this. He actually has I believe he has Rabute go and genocide these planets and kill everyone on it because you
Right.
cannot have
As you
religious.
do.
Yep. Orgar freaks out. He starts researching chaos. He meets all the chaos gods. He makes a bunch of demons out of his space marines, and then he stabs his brother Horus. And then Horus betrays the emperor with these other brothers. Not all of his brothers actually are aware of chaos when they betray the emperor, but Angron, uh, right,
So how
he's
does he
turning.
persuade them?
They just a lot of them disagree with the emperor's like
Methods?
he's not helping with the crusades. They call it the Great Crusade, but the crusade, his Magnus hates that he outlawed psychers. um he Magnus joins chaos because he tries to go into the webway and he breaks it, and the fucking emperor fucking wipes the floor with him and destroys him, and he becomes a demon. Then you have Lorgar, who has made them all into demons. He makes Horus essentially a chaos worshiper by stabbing him and making him all corrupt. Fulgrim becomes the snake. uh you have Angron, who is essentially turned into a giant berserker red monster devil. um, you have Perturabo, who just is like whatever. You have the Alpha
Just like
Legion.
whatever.
The Alpha Legion joins the traitors, but remember they're subterfuge, so no one actually knows if they agreed or they were just trying to sabotage things. You have Conrad Kurz, who is a schizophrenic moron. Uh, you know,
Who's the
fucking
nail in the head guy?
that's Angron. They fucking did a sorcery on him and they made look him up. He's a giant red berserker like monster. He was
Okay.
it. He was a
So
person.
are the traitor Primarchs like stronger than the regular Primarch?
Yes. Yeah. From Chaos.
Right. But he looks like yeah, he looks like a beast.
Yeah.
He's a
He's trying to do
massive,
this.
massive lizard dude.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm shortening a lot of it because we got to get through it. But essentially, they betray the Emperor. They actually have this thing called the Drop Site Massacre. So Horus doesn't reveal that he's betrayed a bunch of his brothers. And he has like all of them meet on this world, and that includes Ferris Manus, I believe Corvus Corax, and um what's his name? The salamanders.
Vulcan?
Vulcan. and there he nukes the planet. Fulgrim actually cuts off Ferrus Mantis's head. Ferrus Mantis is killed, and then Fulgrim keeps getting tortured by Conrad Kurz, and that's where we find out he's a perpetual. He keeps coming back to life.
Okay.
Then you have the non-trader guys. They essentially all over. This also takes place like it's 100 years that the heresy takes place. Time, 100 years is nothing, like in terms of the lifespans of these people. So like it's irrelevant, right? 100 years is
Okay.
the same as a year. Um, um,
Does
uh,
was Horus a cool guy before he got
yeah,
hit with
he
the
was loved by
fucking Oracle blade or
he had
whatever?
every single one of his brothers loved him.
Okay.
Um, then the so like chaos for 100. It's essentially chaotic for 100 years, but essentially, um, most of the Primarchs find their way back to Terra in the end. But when they get there, most notably Rabute Gilliman, when he gets there with all of the legions and all these guys to help stop the siege on Terra by all the chaos Primarchs and demons, Horus is there, and the Emperor and Sanguinius go to his flagship. Um, Sanguinius is killed by Horus, and then the Primarch, or excuse me, and then the Emperor vaporizes Horus from existence. And when that happens, uh, the chaos legions kind of scatter throughout the
How
universe.
does the Emperor turn into a vegetable?
He is mortally wounded in his fight with Horus, and he needs to go onto the golden throne.
Clearly, he's not that much of a Chad if he could get
Yeah.
mortally wounded.
Yeah, the golden throne is a throne that essentially helps the psychers navigate through the warp through his like combined psychic ability. He is put onto this thing to keep him alive, and he has been there from the Horus Heresy all the way into the main setting, which we will go to now. 10,000 years later, he has essentially became a skeleton, and at this point, um, over the 10,000 years, most, if not all, of uh, the
Primarch.
Primarch that stayed loyal have gone missing or have died. Um, the only person to return uh, is Gilliman, and actually within the last year, in 2025, Lionel Johnson has also returned,
God damn it.
and they are now in the main timeline where Gilliman is now running the Imperium of Man, and he's running what they call the Indominus Crusade, which is kind of to push chaos back and kind of try to get the Imperium out of its great slump.
And there's only 2 Primarchs left.
There are
Um,
only two Primarchs, but all the Space Marines are actually shattered into not legions but chapters. Rabute Gilliman the after the Horus Heresy realized that having these legions, it would be too powerful if any of them fell, right? It was 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 300,000 um, Space Marines that were now on Chaos. And so you could only have 1,000 people per chapter. So the 20 legions are turned into chapters, and then they break all the legions up, and now there are thousands of chapters. And they're all offshoots, right? So like you have the Blood Angels, they have they call them foundings. So the second founding would be a chapter that happened right there. Excuse me, a second founding would be a chapter that happened right at the first split of the chapters would be one that happened like right there. They have like a group called the Flesh Tears, even though that sounds like a chaos thing. That's actually a Blood Angels chapter. The Crimson
okay.
Fists. Who do you think the Crimson Fists are?
They're
There's
the Iron Fists.
nope. Those are Ultramarines. Um,
What?
yes, it gets that confusing. There is no rhyme or reason into why
Wait, so the Iron Fists turned into Ultramarines?
the Iron Fist exists as a chapter. The Crimson Fists are a secondary founding chapter. So they were founded after the split, and they are not a spin-off of the Iron Fists or the Imperial Fists. They're a spinoff of the Ultramarines.
All right.
There's too
Okay.
many. There's so many, and they got really confusing. So at this point in the universe, we'll just kind of explain what the Imperium looks like. So they are still dealing with most of the villains, the bad guys, quote unquote bad factions. So you still have the orcs and everything. You have the Tyranids.
So who's the
You
nicest of the factions? Is it the Eldar?
No, it would be the Tau.
The Tau?
The Tau are essentially these nice, peaceful communist aliens, and then the Imperium fucks them up. They
Okay.
are not.
And
They're
what do they look like?
they're blue. They kind of looks they look like a standard alien.
I don't even know what that means. Like ET?
Yeah, they're kind of silly looking. They kind of look like if you've ever
Oh, they
seen
look
Star Wars.
like I think Nemoidians from
Yeah, from
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
I think that's
Yeah, the
am
blue
I
ones.
am I right with that? Holy shit, I'm that good. Like
Yep,
fucking Newt Gunray.
yep. They literally look like Newt. Um, You have, yeah, you still have the Eldari. However, the Eldari are like, there are factions within the Eldari that are more Imperium friendly, and then there are factions that are Chaos worshippers.
Uh-huh.
And then you also have everyone, you have all the other ones. You also need to remember that there are a bunch of factions within the Imperium that we haven't mentioned, and now is the time to mention them.
There's robots that aren't robots. They're like a church of non-robots.
Yeah, I actually they're like pretty important, and I should have mentioned them.
Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yes, so the Adeptus Mechanicus is one of the sub factions with the Imperium. They are very important. They are the tech priests, and so they're the guys that basically maintain all the technology within the Imperium. They are from Mars, and they also they have their own religion, and the Emperor
I
actually
thought that wasn't cool.
The emperor actually allowed this religion because they were so powerful. So the Adeptus Mechanicus could have rivaled the Imperium of Man before they joined them. They worship the emperor as the Omnissiah, machine god, and they maintain all the imperial tech. They are religious, so they believe that there are spirits within the imperial tech. Half of them did join the Chaos gods, and so there is a Chaos faction of these guys. You have the Adeptus Custodes, which are the Emperor's bodyguards. They can basically rival a full chapter on their own. They are the most insanely powerful people. Some of them, the leaders of the Adeptus Custodes, can rival some of the Primarchs, arguably rival all of the Primarchs.
Okay.
Um,
And why are these guys so fucking sick?
they have the Emperor's DNA in them.
Just like the Primarch. So then what
Yeah,
makes the
I think
Primarch cooler than the Custodes?
the Custodes are not found as babies.
Oh, okay.
Um, Well, also excuse me, the Custodes are found. The Primarchs were bred from like inception.
Gotcha. Are
Um,
they literally his kid? Like, are they his sperm?
I don't I don't know if he even has sperm. I mean, he's a god.
How can he not have sperm?
He's a god. I mean, he's basically does it even
Oh, and also, if he's a whatever, whatever mortal, why don't they just kill him so he'll come back as not
They
a
don't know what will
skeleton?
happen if they do that. Hey, everyone asks that question. They don't know what would happen. Possibly because if they killed him, the warp can collapse because he's keeping the warp. He's keeping the Imperium's ability to travel through the warp open by being alive.
Okay,
Um, so then you have the Adeptus Astartes, which is the Imperial language for the Space Marines. Like I said, there's roughly 1,000 chapters at this point. Um, Actually, I don't know if there's 1,000 chapters. There's just 1,000 Space Marines in the chapters, the max.
is it possible that he went back into hiding and there's just a skeleton on the throne?
Who knows?
Is that a theory?
No.
Okay.
You have the Astra Militarum, which is just the military of the Imperium. It's just the regular everyday people. Some famous units would be the Cadian Guard and then the Death Corps of Krieg. Look them up. They're literally World War One trench fucking soldiers who fight chaos. They are my favorite unit. Tell me they're not sick.
Oh
Tell
no,
me
these
they're
are pretty sick.
yeah.
These are pretty dope.
They
You
are a
just
fan
throw you
favorite.
just throw a fucking World War like a Nazi World War II helmet with the gas mask. I forget, it's like a whatever these masks are.
Yeah.
Like they're not helmets that like cover the back like that. They
Yeah.
look so cool.
And then you have the Inquisition. So at by this point in the setting, um, religion has creeps back into the minds of the imperial citizens, but they actually all believe that the Emperor of Man is a god. They worship him as a god, and actually, there's most signs point to worshiping as a god empower him and the Psychers, and is what keeps the Imperium running. But the Inquisition, just like the Catholic Inquisition and the secret police, they are the secret police of the Imperium. So you have three factions within those, or three Ordos is what they call them.
Gordos?
The Ordo Hereticus, so they hunt witches and
Oh,
heretics.
Ordo.
Ordo Malleus hunts Ordo Malleus hunts demons. So literally the chaos, and then Ordo Xenos, and they just hunt the aliens.
Gotcha.
Um, an Inquisitor is like basically above the law, so they have ultimate authority. They actually can go to a planet and just tell the governor of that planet, yeah, you got to genocide all your citizens, and he's got to do it. And by the way, that happens a fuck ton.
Doesn't
There's a literal word, and I can't remember what it's called, but there's a word for genociding a whole planet.
I
It's
don't
like something
planet
extermination. I
this
don't know.
side?
No, there's a word in the in the Inquisitors that they use.
Okay.
And then there's a bunch of other stuff. Sisters of Battle, Sisters of Silence. They're the women version of the they have
Psychers?
power and shit. There is the Imperial Assassinorum, which is the assassins of the Emperor. We could do a full episode on there. That look them up. There's fucking assassins that have these crazy skull masks, and they're literally on adrenaline drugs, and they go crazy and kill everyone. And that's probably a good place to end. We haven't mentioned a bunch of things that have gone on. So the Black Crusades are the wars that happen between 30,000 to 40,000. There's 13th of them. They are led by Abaddon the Destroyer. He is one of the Space Marines that was in Horus's Legion, and he keeps coming back in from the Eye of Terror. Eye of Terror, not Terra.
The
It's
Eye
literally a
of Terror.
yeah, it is literally a hole in the fabric of the universe that you can travel in and out of the warp.
You didn't mention Titus, and he's really cool.
I'm gonna get to him. Um, so Abaddon keeps coming back. His last crusade actually destroyed the planet Cadia and ripped a rift between the Imperium. It was called the Cicadrix Maledictum, the Great Rift. So the Imperium is cut in half, and that is why Gilman is doing the Indominus Crusade, is to get back those planets on the other side.
That are they all like probably destroyed?
No, they know it's fine. They some of those planets are fine, and some of the big chapters are on the other side. I want to say the Blood Angels are on the other side.
Uh-huh.
Um, the Orcs are around.
They're orking it up. I like it
They're
that they just
working. I
exist on
love the
vibes.
Orcs. They're so stupid.
They just exist on vibes, and then their
Yeah,
vibes determine how strong they are.
yeah. So let's just talk about some. So that's kind of where the story ends. I'll talk about some kind of out of universe stuff now, and what makes you 40K so popular. So, I think there's like some really cool parts of that story that are like kind of unique to um Warhammer, and they like were the first kind to do it. For one, Space Marines are monks with guns. They live in monasteries. They clean their uh armor, right? And they do these fucking enchantments and stuff on them. Um, Everything is maintained through like religious shit. So even guns have religious rights.
Okay, so
Uh,
the current 40K Warhammer Imperium, they're fully religious. Everyone's religious.
Everyone is religious except for Robute Gilman.
Okay.
Because he's oh, sorry, not everyone. The Space Marines are not religious. They're not religious. They don't believe the Emperor is God.
Okay.
Not not every chapter does. Some do, but not everyone. The Imperium is. Let's think of some other stuff. Uh,
Titus,
Titus. Oh, okay.
he's an
So,
ultramarine. He's cool.
yeah. So where has this gone? So, um, this is like one of the most popular IPs right now. Space Marine is a huge video game and follows an ultramarine named Titus. He is a lieutenant in the Space Marines who basically clearly has the Emperor on his side, is able to like fight chaos. He's awesome. You have a TV show in the works. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books. Um, this if you live by one, there's stores that are literally called Warhammer, and they are stores that just sell the hold on. Where the fuck did this guy go?
He's getting his little doll.
I can't find it. Where
You
at?
just had him.
I don't know where he went. Whatever. They sell the miniatures for the tabletop game. They literally have stores of these non-painted miniatures that you need to glue, and they make millions and millions and millions of dollars off of this. They are incredibly successful. Games Workshop is, and yeah. Got any thoughts? That's kind of the story,
Um,
dude. My hair. I need a haircut
I
bad.
I think yeah, you're looking fucking like dog shit.
Thank you.
Sorry. What was I talking? Oh, don't they like sacrifice like a million people daily to the emperor?
Not a million. Yeah. So that golden throne that he has that keeps him alive, he needs to be fed 1,000 psychers a day on it, so they get fucking turned into juice and Swiss cheese when they
Oh, a
plug
thousand
into it.
psychers.
Psychers. It's 1,000 psychers a day.
Oh, a thousand psych. Okay, I thought it was like a million
No,
something. Okay,
no.
thousand isn't that crazy? Because aren't there like? I mean, I'm assuming trillions of people.
Yeah. Here's a fun fact: the word grimdark is a word that literally comes from 40K.
That makes sense.
So
I
if
can
you've
see
ever
that.
heard that word originated from the Warhammer 40K universe.
Okay.
Um,
It's really it's crazy that, like, A Song of Ice and Fire is technically considered grimdark, and it's just not even remotely as ridiculous as Warhammer is.
Now there is no happy ending in Warhammer. Everyone dies shitty deaths, and everything bad happens. There's never really a win.
'Kay.
There's literally never wins.
And what's
Like
the
it's
current, like, canon? Like, what's happening in at this moment?
the 13th Black Crusade is what they just dealt with. So the rift has cut the galaxy in two, and
Okay.
Robute Gilman is trying to reclaim the worlds on the other side.
And, like, that so, like, the canon, does it move forward, like, year to year or, like, not really?
It moves forward. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's only recently come back. So of the first 30 years, he was not in the setting. None of the Primarchs were alive. Um,
Okay.
so he's back. Kind of some of this stuff is like, a lot of this has been fleshed out, but kind of what the synopsis that we gave was like very close to the original synopsis of of what the universe looked like. And then they filled in the stories. Um,
Is Robert Gill, is he a psyker?
nope. He's
Okay.
not a psyker. He has no psych ability. The lion did not have psychic ability, and now he seems to have something when he came back to life.
Suspicious.
Suspicious. He's very cool. His armor and his chapter have really cool really cool stuff. So also, since you can like a lot of the reason why there were 1,000 chapters originally was that people can paint whatever color they want, right? When they first came out with the game. Um,
Okay.
and they've kind of made chapters since, other than those 20 legions, I mentioned a couple. Some cool chapters that exist that we didn't mention. So the Black Templars, they are a actual religious. They do believe the emperor is a god, and they were founded um during the Horus Heresy. One of Rogaldorn's sons was excommunicated, and he founded this chapter. You have the Grey Knights. So they are actually space marines that their gene seed includes part of the emperor, and they strictly fight chaos. They actually probably cannot fall to chaos, meaning like a chaos god cannot seduce them, and they can fight. They're powerful. They're so powerful that they can fight uh, chaos primarchs.
Okay.
Um, you have space sharks. They're literally shark
Terrible one.
space marines, but they do have the largest space marine as their chapter master. I can't remember his name. He's gigantic. He has sick fucking armor. Look him up.
Okay.
You've got the Flesh Tearers. They're a subfaction of the Blood Angels. You've got the Crimson Fists. They're like an early chapter, like in the 1990s, maybe. They're pretty cool. You've got honestly, some of these I forget. They don't get as much love as the original the first founding chapters or the original Legion chapters. But it's like the Space Marines get a ton of time, the Blood Angels and the Dark Angels get the most time. And the reason why they get the most time is those are who people who are buying the tabletop games are playing as. And that kind of dictates the story.
Gotcha.
Ultimately, the goal is to sell miniatures. And so the story revolves around the interests of the people who buy them.
To get them to buy more. So
Mhm.
the Ultramarines are the most popular, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the most fleshed out story.
I'm surprised because I don't like the colors really.
It's so basic. I like the Blood Angels and the Dark Angels a lot. The Dark Angels have cool like night night like
The
medieval
guy
night.
behind me, that's a Blood Angel, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. His helmet is actually like the face of Sanguinius. It's an angel face.
Okay,
Like,
but it's covered by Turkish man.
yeah, it's covered by Turkish man.
Okay.
That's Sanguinius. Yeah. Um anything else before we wrap it up?
No, I think that's good.
Well, when we post this episode, I am going to post it in a couple of space Warhammer Reddits, and people are going to dox you and come to your house and try to kill you
Why would they do that?
because you called him Robert Gilman.
His name is Robert Gill. He's
They're
Irish.
gonna kill you for this
Why? They should
because
know that the names are stupid. It's fine. It's fine, but the names are stupid.
well, apologize to them in
Like
advance.
I like
If they kill
Star
you.
Wars. Star Wars is fucking stupid.
Yeah, you got Glub Shido.
There's Glove Shido, and
Yeah,
then there's what's his name? The guy who owns the diner in Attack of the Clones.
fuck.
His name is like Rister Fister or something.
No, it's something so stupid. God damn it, I'm not gonna remember. You're talking about the forearm guys, the guys that Pon
Yeah, he's got
Krell.
like 4 arms and he runs the fucking diner.
He's
I
in the
think
same
it's
species as Pon Krell, right?
huh?
Pon Krell. See, another stupid name. Pon
Yeah,
Krell.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Same
I don't
species.
know if they're the same species, but yeah, Ponkrell is one of those. He's got 4
I
arms.
think they're the same species. I think he's just
What
a
the fuck?
fat
His name is like
slob
Rister
version.
Fister.
I remember it was stupid.
Rister Fister Star Wars. I know that that's not right, but no, Kit Fisto came up.
Just look up Diner Honor Star Wars.
Diner, yeah. Diner Star Wars.
We're gonna
Arm
do a
guy.
Star Wars episode.
Dexter Jetster.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so bad.
Fuck.
Dexter Jetster is nicknamed Dexy Jet, in case you were curious. That's his
Oh, thanks.
nickname.
I was wondering.
Yeah. Let's see, I bet his Legends Wikipedia is probably 76
Yeah, he saved
trillion
Coruscant.
words, despite
Yeah.
him showing up for 3 seconds.
Yep.
God, I love Star Wars.
Me too.
Oh, the diner's name is Cocoa Town, by the way.
Ugh. All right. Well, I feel like this is a good place to wrap up Warhammer. If you're still listening and you're in a rage, you can email us at the world's worst podcast at gmail.com. And
Yeah, maybe
if you're,
if you give us funny enough stuff, maybe we'll do an episode
yeah,
just reading it.
yeah. And you can roast us and be mean to us and say we're dumb and fat and ugly.
Yeah, because
And
we're dumb and fat and ugly and
yeah.
stuff.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
I don't know.